Guys, it is Tuesday morning hobby news video time. It's our weekly video. I'm excited to be here with you. Thanks very much for joining me. Stay tuned. I will be right back. Hello to all my sports card collector, investor, all of my collectibles friends. I hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday, amazing week so far.
I found the secret of eternal life. I looked into God's eyes and you know what I saw? The juice weasel. Hey, folks, can you tell me what time it is? Time to juice!
We are here for our Hobby News Tuesday. I love this one. I'm actually going to put out two videos today. One of them is going to kind of cross over into the comic book world. I know I've got some comic book people out there, but there's a big Venom trailer, Venom 2 trailer that came out yesterday. And so we've got kind of a little bit of an idea of what's coming with the Venom trailer and how is that going to affect Spider-Man comic books and Venom comic books. So the other video coming out today is going to be about that. I'm excited about it. And then also, bringing back subscriber spotlight tonight. I'm going to have Devin on, aka Kryptonite is his username. So I'm excited to talk to him about kind of all things collectibles. He's a collector of all sorts of different things. So that'll be fun to kind of dig in that with him and meet somebody new. Additionally, on Thursday, we are moving to weekly off-centered. Brad, the comeback card investor, he just kept nagging me like, can we do this weekly? And I'm like, please, man, I don't know. I'm pretty busy. I'm a pretty busy guy. Joking. I really enjoy that show with Brad. So we're gonna move that to weekly, see how that goes. So I will be on his channel on Thursday. We might have a special guest join us. Not quite sure yet. Still trying to work that out, but it'll be fun to hang out with Brad. That'll be 9 o'clock Eastern on Thursday. And then the following Monday, I have another subscriber spotlight with Ryan. I think his last name is McClanahan, maybe. Anyway, he is a sports card wizard. This guy is full of knowledge, comments on a lot of my videos, but really excited to have him on the show, talk cards. He's written about history of cards and all sorts of stuff. So I'm really excited to have Ryan on to talk cards. That'll be next Monday night is what we're planning at 9 p.m. So we got some stuff cooking, guys. We have some stuff cooking.
I'm just joking with you. Let's do this.
And then Friday, going to switch it up, different background, different attire, going to get a little bit more serious for Personal Finance Fridays. We're going to start that. I got a good tip from the guy that runs What's Inside YouTube channel. You might have heard of it. They've got about 7 million subscribers. He gave me some good tips as far as the channel is concerned, and he suggested it. So I am looking forward to starting that up. I think it's a good idea. It's PFD, the Personal Finance Dad. Let's mix in some personal finance stuff, some kind of general ideas. And don't worry, guys, we're still going to mix in Jim Carrey clips.
Big, strong.
And maybe 80s video game clips. And other random clips. All right, let's get to the hobby news. I know some of you are going to say, hey, we're 3 minutes in and now you're finally getting to the topic of the video. But these are all housekeeping things that are very important. So just deal with it. All right, just deal with it. All right, PSA had an announcement here this week. I saw it was on somebody's Instagram. I caught it. And essentially it was just kind of like an announcement from PSA, kind of giving an idea of where they are, how things are going on their end. And essentially kind of stated that, hey, they're getting caught up on order entry. So you have to think about how backed up they were. They're actually getting caught up on just orders that were not even in the system yet. And so they're planning on, if everything goes well, by the end of May to have all their orders in the system. And I've had buddies, whether it be Flipping Steve or, some of these other guys that I know that are getting PSA orders back. They're starting to get them back. So I don't know if that's a good sign that things are kind of speeding along or if they're just due back. Either way, though, it looks like they're making headway there as far as their orders go. And it says here, the Collectors Universe has more than 1,000 employees. Know that they've surpassed 1,000 employees. They've been hiring like crazy. Areas of rapid growth they notate as grading, training, QA, quality assurance is what that is, and customer service. So PSA is in huge ramp up mode. So this is almost like the calm before the storm is kind of what it feels like. It feels like, oh, PSA is closed. And so, they're probably struggling and blah, blah, blah. No, I think they're going to come roaring back. I'm going to make a separate video on this coming out probably later in the week. But I just think that PSA is gearing up big time. And I think that they're going to be just cooking when they come back. On the back of that news, let me finish up first. And in this, they said the goal is still they're on track to reintroduce service levels. They carefully say that, reintroduce service levels on July 1st. And reintroduce service levels simply means to me that I don't think there's going to be a $25 card option on July 1st, but I do think there will be a $100 or $150 option, not just the $300 Super Express option, and maybe even a $50 or $75 option. Who knows? But I honestly don't see them going below $50 per card for a good little bit. And I don't think they really need to. Honestly, I feel like if people are used to, here's what's happening now is people are starting to adapt to a $300, they're either sitting back and waiting for kind of a little bit of a lower price, but people are getting used to $300 Super Express. So now you introduce $100, $150. It's like it feels like a bargain because you've been, spending $300 a card, for the last little bit. But yeah, so I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes, but I don't think that they're going to roar back July 1st and be raring to go. I think they'll kind of dink and dunk their way back into it through July. On the heels of that news, you have SGC coming back, and actually Jeff from Sportscard Investor, you might have caught it, had a really cool video where he was behind the scenes with them, kind of looking at their headquarters, and they're showing them around and showing the guys that do the encapsulation, and their office is actually really nice looking. It's a really nice office, but SGC is busy and gearing up. But the one thing that was interesting and kind of the big kind of thought behind that video is SGC, as soon as PSA closed down, they went from $25 a card to $75 per card. And a lot of people were like, ick, like that's just not worth my while at $75 a card. And now they've come all the way back to $30 a card. I do think that part of that is because they were getting caught up. Part of it. The other thing, though, is I think that they have a feeling. Well, first off, I think their business really slowed way down, probably screeched to a little bit of a halt at $75. I think that they were kind of maybe thinking, and I'm speculating here, that, okay, we move up to $75. That's still a much better option than the $300 Super Express that people are forced to now at PSA. So we're going to still get a lot of business at $75 a card. And I don't think that happened. I could be wrong. Maybe they have still gotten loads and loads of business at $75. But I think it's less than what they thought. And now PSA is coming out with, hey, we're cooking along, to come back in July and be, I think they're going to reopen at least, more service levels in July. And I think PSA was like, okay, we need to take advantage of the fact that we are fairly caught up and we need to get more business. So that's where I think they came in at that $30 mark, to really try and get as much business as they can before PSA rolls in July, August, September, and, gets going again. That's kind of my thinking. I could be totally wrong. Maybe that's not what is happening. That's just my opinion on the subject. I'm just speculating there, but I'm just kind of, trying to feel what's going on and react to it. And that just makes sense to me. And I've said this in previous videos, PSA has not always been the king. PSA has not always been in control of grading. It's changed over time. And grading, third-party grading in sports cards is only a 20-year-old business. It's not 100 years old. It's not, there's not decades and decades of competition between grading companies. PSA is king right now, but that could change. I think that I personally don't think in the future it's going to really matter if you have a PSA 10, an SGC 10, or a BGS, maybe a BGS 10, but BGS 9.5. I just think that all those cards are going to be very similar in condition. SGC is a tough grade from what I've heard. I mean, I haven't heard the SGC and BGS are lenient grades. And it's not like PSA is a tougher grade, and that's why they're the most popular. That's not how it is. So that's why I think it's like, if we're looking at just the quality of the cards in general here and not necessarily just the companies and the grades coming out, like I said, I personally don't think in the long run it's going to matter if that card is sitting, as far as resale value goes, is what I'm saying. right now it matters. In 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line, I'm careful. I just don't think that it's going to matter as much. And I could be totally wrong. I think that all of these companies are going to adopt some sort of AI thing to assist. I think they're all going to have it. So I don't think there's going to be a big difference. That's why in part I'm looking at SGC 10s and why I'm looking at BGS 95s as opposed to maybe a PSA 10, because I think that there is an arbitrage there with particular cards, certain cards, not for all cards, obviously, but I do think that those three companies are really going to be relevant. I don't think it's going to really matter. So, but we'll see. Maybe it will. Maybe PSA will pull way ahead, and maybe they'll be the king of resale for the next 50 years. Who knows? And last up, Sports Collectors Daily has a really cool article about a Michael Jordan used jersey from UNC. It's the only known jersey that he wore during their championship run in 83, 84. My wife went to UNC. We're Tar Heels. I'm a default Tar Heel because she went there. And it's just cool. I mean, we're in the area, in North Carolina. So it's cool to go to the games, see just get a feel for that stadium and everything and just the campus. It's a cool spot. So I can see how there is definitely some nostalgia and big time Michael Jordan collectors and maybe people that are alums, of UNC. Not us. We're not buying it. The auction at Heritage is supposed to go for more than $1 million. So if you can imagine, some serious dough. So that Jordan jersey is cool. I thought I would kind of highlight that at the end of the video here. Before I do end the video, though, we do talk about kind of life things. I try to give kind of a positive message or a positive spin because let's face it, there's just a lot of negativity in the world. So why not throw some positive stuff out there? I'm going to read off a couple of quotes. Well, the one quote I'm going to read off and the other one I really like, I want to talk about. And it's the Vince Lombardi quote. It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up. And then one of my favorite quotes from Mike Tyson is everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And there is nothing more true than that. Whether we're talking literally or figuratively, it's a perfect metaphor for life, really. I mean, everyone's got grand plans. You're going to go into a business, you're going to go into a relationship, you're going to go into, anything. You've got big plans, and then bad things happen, obstacles happen. We get hit in the face necessarily. That's basically what it is. And it's all dependent on, your success is just defined by how you can bounce back. Are you going to get back up? Are you going to keep on fighting, keep on trucking? And it's so incredibly important. And I think it's the great thing about just mankind, womankind, in competition, we are all pushed and we are all challenged. Every single day, we're all faced with some sort of a challenge, and we have to figure out if we're going to overcome it or not. And a lot of times, it's up to us. It's up to our own willpower. Of course, you've got things that happen that are outside of your, they're outside of, your control that might stop you or slow you down. And that's perfectly natural. It's like me going to try out for the New Orleans Saints team. I'm going to go walk on. Am I going to face obstacles? Oh yeah. I'm going to face Cameron Jordan knocking my head off. I'm not going to make the team. Okay. I can be as positive as I want, but I'm not going to be a pro football player. I just turned 40 but look, I've got young legs. I haven't been injured. I haven't been through a 20-year NFL career. I've got fresh legs at 40. But seriously, guys, there's going to be times, obviously, there's outside, maybe too big of a goal to achieve or whatever. But if we are kind of being positive, sticking with what we know and really kind of grinding for something that we really believe in and really want, that is really the key. And whether or not you actually get there or not, even if you get to 75% of your goal, it's just the fact that you took the risk and you fought for something and you really tried hard for something. And that's what matters. It's that grind and that process. The end goal, it's funny, you get to the end goal and then you're like, okay, well, I guess I'm setting a new goal. It's not about the end goal. It's the journey to get there. I know it sounds cliche, but it really is. It's how you get there. So don't be so hard on yourself. Stay positive, stay focused, and just keep on going. Guys, stay awesome. I will talk to you again later. And if you want to check out that Venom thing I've got going, if you're a Marvel person or a comic book person, you want to check that out, that's going to be a cool video too. All right, I will talk to you guys again later. Take care.